Hey guys, and welcome back to Handmade by Vaishnav. So it's been almost a year since I graduated from UCI with a BS in Biological Sciences. So I thought I would share with you my experience, advice, and what to expect at UCI. So my history with UCI began in 2018 as a wide-eyed freshman applicant. I instantly fell in love with the liveliness and the nature that surrounded the UCI campus. Although the campus is situated in a primarily residential area, there's a lot of fun things to do around, such as Disneyland, Newport Beach, and just a lot of other more fun places. So after a very successful visit to UCI, I set out to apply and hopefully to get in the very first time. But sadly, my plans were different because I started at UCSC and then I transferred to UCI after 2 years. If you want to hear more about my experience at UCSC and the process of transferring to UCI, I highly recommend that you check out the playlist right above. So in terms of living situations at UCI, I went from living in a triple dorm at UCSC to living in this room during the pandemic to my own apartment at UCI. Specifically, I lived in a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment at Plaza Verde, which is an ACC, American Campus Communities property. Living at Plaza Verde, I had basically everything I wanted, from modern appliances in my apartment to a study center and even a mini arcade. My only issue with Plaza Verde was requesting roommates, because when I requested roommates at Plaza Verde, I ended up not getting my choice. And I ended up getting random, but it was a pretty okay experience. Also, another issue was renewing at Plaza Verde. Because of the high demand to live in Plaza Verde, it is hard to renew within Plaza Verde or even renew in your same apartment. Now let's pivot to the food on campus. As a junior transfer living in my apartment, I didn't really have to go to the dining halls as often, but I decided to get a meal plan in my first quarter there. Now there's 2 dining halls on campus, and they are Brandywine and Anteatery. Now in my experience, if I'm being honest, it was pretty subpar. As a vegetarian, of the food that they offered, the food was often bland and there really weren't that many options that were vegan or vegetarian. Luckily, I was able to go to the Trader Joe's in University Town Center or Albertsons in the campus center for my groceries. Now when it came to transportation, UCI luckily had a pretty good bus system that took you around campus wherever you needed to go. Also, there was an app called Transloc which helped me keep track of when the bus came and also if it was running late and where exactly it was. Which brings me to the next topic, which is professors. My experience with professors definitely varied, from professors that were genuinely interested in the betterment of our education with like office hours and just other resources, to professors who just didn't really seem to care. If you really want to make sure you're choosing the right professor at UCI, I would highly recommend going on Rate My Professor so you know you're choosing the right professor. And the same can be said about the structure of classes here at UCI. Although the content that was presented in all my classes were really interesting, there were definitely some classes that didn't really focus on teaching the content as far as presenting it. That being said, I'm extremely grateful for the knowledge that I've gained throughout my journey at college. Onto a similar topic, which is signing up for classes. As an incoming transfer, I was luckily able to get priority enrollment for the classes that I needed to graduate. However, after that, it was pretty much a rat race. Despite junior and seniors having priority enrollment, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the spot that you need. Also, as someone who transferred between UCs, I was really disappointed because not all of the classes that I took at UCSC actually transferred over to UCI. That's because there were some specific classes that needed to be taken at UCI that didn't really get fulfilled in my classes at UCSC. As a result, I didn't really have space in my schedule for more interesting things like a minor or even specializing in my major. However, I ended up taking some interesting classes as electives, which will definitely benefit me in my journey to becoming a DPT. When I came to UCI, I was a junior, so I wanted to make the most of the time that I had left at college. And coming here definitely made it easy. UCI has so many clubs to choose from, whether it be Greek life, culture orgs, arts and crafts, club sports, you name it. Also, one thing to note is that UCI is a really huge dance school. So if you're into dance teams, there are so many options to choose from. So when I came to UCI, I set out to really get involved in the South Asian community here. And that meant that I would either join the Indian club here or a singing or dance team. And I actually ended up doing all of those. In my junior, I ended up joining the board on the Indian club at campus as a philanthropic chair, where I had the opportunity to plan and host some of the year's biggest Indian events. I also joined the campus's only South Asian a cappella team, Hoth Acapella. I also had the chance to perform with UCI's premier Bollywood team in Pittsburgh, where I got to meet so many talented singers and dancers. And in my senior, I continued with Hoth as the social media manager and also ended up joining student government through ASUCI. Needless to say, there's definitely something for everyone here at UCI. What I really missed about UCI though was the vibe of the campus and the community. Every day walking to class, I got to walk through Aldrich Park and experience UCI with all its beautiful greenery, with all the students studying on the grass or just chilling in their hammocks. It was just such a nice sight to see. I miss attending all the free concerts that were hosted by ASUCI to kick off every quarter. I also miss how outgoing, thoughtful, and kind everyone was, whether it was working on a school project or preparing for a competition. And some of the friends that I've made here at UCI are definitely people that I hope I will carry into all of my next stages of life. And though I'm sad that I ended my journey here at UCI, I definitely learned and experienced so many things and learned a lot about myself over the course of these 2 years here. So thank you, UCI, for all the lessons, friends, and experiences. And if you're deciding if this is a school for you, I would definitely consider attending. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, goodbye. And in the words of Peter the Anteater, ZOT ZOT ZOT.